Everybody, welcome to the Real Life Health Show. I just want to help people do their best to be healthy and get better, but I also want to make sure people aren't spending money unnecessarily. And sadly today, to be healthy, sometimes you have to spend money where the best things in life should be for free, right? But when we are going to spend the money, I see a lot of people spending the money on things that aren't working. So I want you to spend money on things that are proving to work. And I've been looking all around the health field about the best things that we could take, and also the things that just aren't crazy expensive and things like this. And there are several things I often like to promote. Some things seem expensive and some things don't seem expensive. I just did an interview and somebody asked me what my favorite most important things that I take and people could take for health. So I wanted to talk to you about that today. So the first thing is this Valasta Astaxanthin. Now, this is just the most amazing antioxidant, anti-inflammatory you could find, and it's excellent. It seems expensive, but because you have to buy it up front, but it's the least expensive, or one of the least expensive astaxanthins on the market. It's by Valasta. But that's not the main thing I want to talk about today. But I'm telling you, if any of you are suffering from inflammation or diseases, anything from arthritis, candida, cancer, anything, that is something you definitely should be taking. And it is a food. It's not a supplement. It's a food. It's an algae, and it's in a liquid form. So it's a liquid, and you just take a couple of drops of that every day, and this will last me several months. But the main thing I do here is I think we should eat foods. And if we eat the right foods, we don't need as many supplements. So one of the ways I get most of my nutrients is, besides the Valasta, is the sprouts. And I got a whole bunch of sprouts growing right there. Sunflower, buckwheat, and pea sprouts. I love to have sprouts every day, whether in a juice form or not a juice form. Now in my garden, or my yard, I grow 2 edible herbs that are perennial herbs. They're great all year, and this is what I want to talk about today. So one of the things I have is Katuk, and Katuk is a wild edible green that a lot of people haven't heard of, and has more protein for a plant product than just about any other food out there. And it's just absolutely a delicious green that you can put in your salad. It tastes great. I just love it. It's called Katuk. And I'll put the name, how to spell it, right here below this video. If you can find it online somewhere where people are selling it, that's a good powder to have. It's actually a food, and they put it in powder form. Now the other thing is something that I got a whole bunch of trees of this, and I just love this. It's what they use in other parts of the world for their nutrition, places that don't have access to a Whole Foods market to go get supplements, or even Amazon.com. They grow this tree in the wild, and there are communities. There are places that this sustains from a nutritional standpoint. This is where they get most of the nutrition from. And it's very simple to grow in warm climates here, and in the United States you can, and I grow it in my place. But you probably heard about it, but you're wondering about it, and it is moringa. Moringa is something you want to have in your diet. So the way to get it, unless you don't have a tree, is get it in powdered form. There's a lot of people that sell it online. I used to sell it. I had problems with the distributor in getting it, so I had to stop selling it, but I do plan on getting it back really soon. Not all moringa is the same. There are certain countries that sell it. It's just not as good as quality as other places you can get it from, so I'm working on restocking up on that. But I didn't want to delay this video in letting you know about these important things you should be doing. Growing sprouts, taking the Valasta Astaxanthin, getting Katuk powder, and then mostly getting the moringa powder. So what I do is I take the leaves off my tree and I dry them at a low temperature, and then I put them in a blender and I spin them up and I make a powder out of it. So here's the powder that I made. This is the moringa that I made. And then I have a friend here today who's from Africa. And he's going to tell you about how they use this there, because I was just in his car recently and he had this pack here of moringa powder. But I'll tell you from a raw vegan standpoint, something that, not even from a raw vegan standpoint, from everyone's standpoint, something people should have in their diet is the things that are going to give them the most nutrients while using the least amount of energy to get rid of any waste that's left over. And moringa is high in protein, it has a good amount of iron, it has B vitamins. These are all things that are not necessarily easy to find on a raw vegan diet. So one of my keys to success and what I recommend at being successful on a raw vegan diet is moringa powder and the Katuk powder and the Valasta. So here it is. It's a dried up leaves that my friend got from an African store, and he's going to join us right now and tell us, as he's growing up, when he first heard of moringa growing up as a child in Africa and what they say about it. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brother Paul. And
thank you. Come on in here some
yes.
more. Okay.
Okay.
So you grew up in Africa.
Yes. One thing that we do in Africa is instead of going to medicine that most people go to, we go to leaves and roots and tree barks. Like when I have stomachache, I remember my mom used to take a bunch of barks and put it in water, shake it up, and I just drink it and it's gone. So we're very
holistic.
Yes, yes. So, but just not to take too long with this. This right here is moringa is just almost like a lifesaver, and like you said, it must be part of your diet. It will do a lot for you. And there's a list of things that moringa takes care of. It actually also cures some things, some illnesses in your life. It's good for asthma, cancer, diabetics, diarrhea, seizures, stomach pain, ulcers, and spasm, headache, heart problems, high blood pressure, kidney stones. I mean, I could go on. I'm just listing some stuff that I found on the website. But there's other things that we know in Africa that it actually does for you, which is it protects your skin, and it's good for your skin and your hair, and also most of all for your liver. For some of us, man, back in the day, I really damaged my liver from alcohol consumption. So it's nice to have this, and you can get it in powder, leaves. I actually put this in my soup that I make.
Wow.
Yeah, I put in this. I put in the soup. I have it as tea, and that's why I have a whole bunch of them. And I can't wait to go outside on your tree and get some fresh ones too. And also, for it makes your bone healthier. And in Africa, we know it to be for bones, to help your bones. And this is like one source for a lot of things in your body.
There are communities in Africa and around the world that survive on this. They have tons of these trees, and this is the main thing that they do. They just
absolutely
strip the leaves and they use it fresh in their food, or they powder it down or eat the leaf dried. Absolutely amazing food, and I'm gonna have it back here. If you're interested in getting the one I source out, just email me. I'll put my email below. And let me know, but don't waste any time. Go to Amazon, see if you can find a moringa powder, and try it for yourself, and you'll see a big difference. Especially if you're having any deficiencies or you're just not feeling great. Everyone should have moringa powder in the house.
And Paul, for those who live in your climate, right? You can grow it. I mean, you have it growing up. You got it growing outside, so that's another easy way to have this.
Absolutely, that's what I recommend every house have. All the fruit trees I have. That's one of the most important trees I have, and it's not even a fruit tree; it's leaves.
Yes.
So thank you very much, and hopefully one day I'll be in Africa and I'll show you the leaves that they have growing there and everything. But for now, we're growing it right here in South Florida, and I'm not. I consume all of this, so I don't have it to supply my own, but I do know a supplier, and I'm getting in touch with him so I can have it on the website. But moringa powder, look it up. Moringa, and I'll put some links below this video. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.